morning, and I hope you're as excited as we are for today's practice session here at the Shanghai International Circuit. This 5.45 kilometre track provides both low-speed cornering and a long high-speed straight, a combination that will challenge even the most experienced driver. This is a popular location for many of the teams. The circuit is extremely demanding for both the drivers and the cars, and that makes it a very exciting place to race.
It's certainly a track that's liked by the drivers, providing a good set of challenges when racing. It has two long straights that allow for great overtaking opportunities and a very complex 360-degree right-hand corner combination just after the start-finish line. It's a circuit that really has a bit of everything.
Max Verstappen was a record breaker at the Australian Grand Prix by becoming the youngest ever F1 driver to take to the grid. He beat Jaime Alguersuari's previous record of 19 years and 125 days.
It shows the great potential that they believe Max has to promote him so early. I'm sure he'll be eager to repay their faith out on the track.
What's going on, guys? Wolfie here, and welcome back to the F1 2015 Career Mode Championship. This is round 3 at the Shanghai International Circuit in China, and we're in practice. We really want to get going quickly in practice today, because I've noticed the last few races we've taken way too long getting ready in practice sessions, and we've wasted a lot of time. So as you can see here, I'm just scrolling through my Chinese setup, and this is probably the best setup you can use. I'm not going to explain it because I'm not 100% certain what each thing does, so whether it helps or not, but I know this is the best setup you can use in China. I found it by on a video by Noble. I will leave a link to his channel in the description if you guys want to go and check out his videos that he does on different setups, the different Grand Prix. He does those all the time, and yeah, he pretty much has the best setups that you can use. So we're just going to head out of the garage now and get some laps under our belt, because we want to see what our pace is like in China, because the last 2 races we haven't really been on the pace. And Hamilton, I'm going to actually kill people at the moment because we constantly get jumped, and we got a flipping Ferrari behind us.
Okay, here's something to remember about this circuit. It's really hard to wrestle a poorly set up car around here. There's only one line through a lot of the corners, and the penalty for getting it wrong is really harsh. Stay on the racing line and gradually build up your confidence. The team are ready to make adjustments, so take your time getting a good balance in the car.
Ooh, P8. Oh, come on, I don't want to join a flipping Congo. I'm trying to do fast laps here. Try to get laps under my belt. Hulkenberg, move yourself out of the way, sir. Come on. Actually, they're going quite quick. This is okay. This is, oh, no, Grosjean. Grosjean, no, move. Move your fat asses out of the way, please. And I've outbraked myself. There, oh, brilliant. No, Mary, move. You're in a slow car, mate. Get out of the way. Mary, I'm trying to do laps here. I don't want to have to just drive around you. My God. I've gone slow. Look how slow I've gone there. Second slower. Mary, Mary, I almost went ploughing through the back of you there. That is why you move out of the way. So then we decided to go back out on option tyres, and look at this. This shocked me so much. We managed to go fastest in practice. I mean, that was a shock because I felt like we were really off the pace. I mean, we were constantly getting P8, P6 on prime tyres, but then on options we managed to get first place.
That's practice over, and it's Felipe Massa who's topping the timesheet with a really impressive lap in the Williams.
How about this for a storyline at the end of practice? A Williams 1-2. I get fastest, and Bottas is only 4/10 behind me in second place, with Rosberg, the championship leader, down in 5th, a second behind us. Only problem is, me and Bottas did our fastest laps on options, and the 4 behind us did it on primes, so they might be a lot quicker in qualifying.
We'd like to welcome you from wherever in the world you join us today for this F1 qualifying session here in Shanghai, China. Well, it's currently raining here in Shanghai, so we could be in for some surprises in the next few minutes.
It's always extremely difficult to predict how qualifying will turn out when it's raining, and China's one of those tracks which can cause drivers a lot of problems. I think they'll be taking their time to build up to speed over their first few laps to gauge track conditions.
Well, this is a bit frustrating that it's raining in qualifying, because as you guys will know from the last race in Malaysia, I'm not very good at driving in the wet. So, but we're just going to see what we can do on this one qualifying lap that we're doing. We decided to wait right until the end of the session just to see if it dried up a bit, but it really didn't. It actually got wetter, if anything. So we might have been better getting out earlier and doing an early lap. But this is going to be our one lap of the session. I'm just going to talk you through it a little bit from now on, just so you see what sort of route I take on this circuit. It probably is one of the worst routes you could take on the circuit. It's probably one of the slowest, but we'll see what we can do with it. So we're following behind Will the Lad Stevens at the moment as we come through turn 7 and now turn 8. We run off a little bit wide there and we shift down to gear 3 going towards turn 9, shift quickly down to gear 2. Will Stevens is going to be an absolute jeb end and get in the way. Out of the way, Will. And then coming down the straight between turns 10 and 11, you want to go as quick as you can, but brake up just after the 100 metre board. Being honest, as I learnt there, it's probably better in the wet to brake at the 100 metre board, but in the dry you can brake just after it. And then coming through turns 12, which turns into turn 13, you want to make sure you don't do what I just did and run off wide. You want to hit the curb but not run over it, just to get the most speed. Going down the main straight, going towards turn 13, you will reach about 220 miles an hour, brake just after the 150 metre board and go right down to gear 2, not gear 1, because gear 2 is slightly quicker than having to shift up again from gear 1 to 2. Then coming to turn 16, you go down to gear 3 when it's in the wet, gear 4 if it's in the dry, and then you just go as quick as you can towards the main. Oh my god, we've got pole position! How has that happened, lads? We've managed to get pole position on a shoddy lap.
Fan favourite Felipe Massa has certainly delivered a wonderful performance out there in qualifying. He's got the fastest lap and is now on pole for tomorrow's race.
Well, they've shown the car has great pace today, but they'll need to demonstrate what it can do over the race duration if they are to secure the victory tomorrow.
So at the end of qualifying, we have managed to get ourselves our first pole position of this 2015 season. And we were only 2/10 away from losing it to Hamilton. He posted a really fast lap at the end of the session. So let's go and see what we can do in the race, because our championship rival Nico Rosberg is only in 4th. So this could get interesting.
It's nearly 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon here in Shanghai, and that means only one thing. It's time for the Chinese Grand Prix. Well, Felipe Massa didn't hang about yesterday, and he'll be completely focused on maximising the advantage of starting from the front today. A win for Williams?
You can never be sure if qualifying pace will turn into race performance. It often depends on how focused the car setup was for a single lap on new tyres. But even if he's slightly slower than those around him, he'll be trying to make his car as wide as possible on track to defend his position.
Hoping to repeat his winning performance from the last Grand Prix will be Nico Rosberg. The German stormed home to a great victory, and he'll be looking for more of the same today.
Before his move to Mercedes, Nico Rosberg was always a driver that had a lot of potential. He left Williams because he wanted to drive a car capable of winning Grand Prix, and now he's got that, he's proven he's one of the best drivers out there.
So here we are on the grid for the Chinese Grand Prix, starting from pole position. We really stand a chance of winning this race, guys. So like normal when it's been a wet qualifying, we're going to start on the prime tyres, which will mean our stop for the options will be between lap 8 or 9. And hopefully at the end of the race we'll have a lot of pace, which will mean we'll be able to pull away or gain any positions that we need to if we're going to win this race. Let's go. We build up to 5 red lights. Lights down, away we go for the Chinese Grand Prix, round 3 of this championship, and we get a pretty average start off the line, although Hamilton's got a great start and he dives up our inside, but I don't think as we come into turn 2 he'll be able to make the move stick, although he is still alongside us. But no, we managed to hold it into P3 as we get the inside line, and Rosberg, as you can see in the top left corner, has managed to climb up to 3rd place, and he's actually now threatening for 2nd place as he goes side by side into turn 6 with his teammate Hamilton. This is incredible racing from the AI. And this is absolutely amazing to see 2 fake drivers go side by side as we come through turn 7, coming into turn 8. I think they're still battling. Yeah, they are. They actually touch wheels there by the looks of it as they go through turn 8. This is just great to see, because on computer games you don't tend to have the AI actually battling very well in races. They just seem to let each other through, but here they are going side by side, no mercy. And now we come into set 3. We run out a little bit wide but the Mercedes drivers are still battling. They're constantly swapping positions. As we now go onto the big main straight, we'll see if anyone can actually catch up to us. We now cut to the start of lap 2, and Rosberg has managed to get past Hamilton. So he's had pretty much a dream start, because he's been able to get past Vettel and Hamilton on the opening lap. He's now right behind us, and he actually tags our left front tyre there as he comes through. So he might have a bit of damage to his front wing. We try and hang it around the outside as we come into turn 6. We're on the racing line, and it looks like we've got around him. Oh, yellow flags. I think that's actually Rosberg that's spun. Yes, I think Rosberg has spun, lads. Let's look at the replay cameras. And we can hang it around the outside, and we're taking the racing line. Rosberg's just there on the inside, and yes, he gets taken out by a right rear tyre and completely spins out. We look for another angle here. We were in front of him as we came into the corner. He's just there at the wrong place, wrong time. I'm not really sure who's at fault for that, because we did turn in on him as we look from Hamilton's point of view. But Rosberg was nowhere near the racing line. I mean, Hamilton's following us on the racing line, and Rosberg just completely gets taken out by a tyre. He should have really backed out of that, I think.
Fantastic stuff, really well done. That's first.
I think Jeff's getting a bit excited, guys, that we're leading a race. He just sounds like he's having way too much fun there. He needs to calm down a bit, I think. But anyway, we're coming into turn 3 on lap 3, and it looks like there's a car just stuck on turn 1. You can see on the minimap there's just one grey dot that isn't moving much, so whether someone's spun out, I'm not sure. But, oh, we see a replay. Hamilton's spun out. Hamilton's the one that's just been spun out there by a Ferrari and our teammate Bottas. I think that was Vettel and Bottas there who have managed to spin him out, and now he's just there, stuck on the first corner, letting all the other cars pass him. He's not even able to move, and now he's right at the back of the field with his teammate Rosberg. This is crazy. By lap 3, both Rosberg and Hamilton have been spun out and are at the back of the field. This is crazy. Now we cut to lap 4, and we're at the same place this time, and Vettel. We've just been hit, lads. We've just been hit out. Thankfully there's no damage to the front wing, but as we can see here from Vettel's point of view, this is just a stupid move he tries to make up the inside. There's no room there, and he just nips our arse, and we go into the wall. I mean, I suppose it's going to happen at some point, but it's a bit annoying that it's actually happened to us. But, oh well, we've only dropped P4, and we have no damage, so we should be able to overtake these guys fairly quickly. You know how I said we should be able to catch up and overtake them quickly? But as you saw there, Vettel got fastest lap of the race, and the front 3 are just pulling away from me like mad, and now Hamilton's got a fastest lap. So we're losing the front 3 quickly, and Hamilton's catching up to us quickly. This is slowly going badly, as we see, I think that's Vettel who's just pulled into the pits at the end of lap 6, and Ricciardo's just pulled into the pits behind us as well. So this race could become quite awkward, because our tyres are going off as well, and the leaders are only just pulling into the pits as Raikkonen and Bottas do that now. They're only just pulling into the pits on lap 7 with option tyres, and we have prime, so we need pits soon. Now at the end of lap 8, we have decided to come into the pits this lap because our tyres are really going off quickly, and it is only 6 laps until the end of the race, so it will give us a good chance to get these options up to temperature and get going quite quickly. So we decided to come into the pits this lap instead next lap, which will have been the end of our pit window, and we are fitting the option tyres, and as Jeff said, go now. I mean, he just points out the obvious all the time. I swear he has absolutely no brain, and Vettel's already passed us, and there goes Bottas and Raikkonen. So I think actually our strategy is paid off here, because we are a lot closer to Bottas and Raikkonen than we were on the previous lap. So whether they get held up by traffic or something like that as they came out of the pits, but we have been able to catch up right to the back of Raikkonen and Bottas, and hopefully fairly soon we'll be able to come and overtake them, because we only have 5 laps to get to first place if we can. Already by turn 11 we have caught right up to the back of Raikkonen and Bottas, and we're joining their little conga line that they seem to have formed as we come through turns 12 and 13. We just need to get a good run off this corner, which is exactly what we haven't been able to do, but we should have DRS here anyway. And yes, we do manage to get DRS, so we should be able to get past at least Raikkonen as we come down into turn 14. Look at the speed we have in comparison. We even managed to dive up the inside of Bottas, so that is probably the perfect double overtake we managed to do then. Hello Jeff, what is going on? Thank you for telling me even more useless information, Jeff. And now we cut to the end of lap 10 and we are catching up to the back of Vettel, and nothing really much has been happening. I mean, it's just been us putting in as fast laps as we can, try to catch Vettel, try and make sure we pull away from Raikkonen and Bottas, not make too many mistakes. So nothing really has been going on that much as we set fastest laps. So that just shows we are pushing this car to the limits as we try and keep up to Vettel, and Jeff is telling us more useful information that we don't need to hear. They're not boots, Jeff. They are tyres. Why would my car have boots on? Just think about it, Jeff. Just think about it. Go away and think about it, alright? God, we are closing on Vettel like mad now. At the start of lap 11, we were 3 seconds behind. Now we're only 1 second behind. I mean, we are really closing up to the back of him. And we've only got 3 laps left, including this one, so we need to get past Vettel soon if we're going to stand any chance of winning this race, because Raikkonen and Bottas look as though they're slowly catching back up, so we need to just dive past. Oh my goodness me, Vettel broke mega early there, and we had to take action just to avoid it, literally clattering into the back of him. So whether Vettel's tyres are going off, I don't know, but we are literally right here and ready to overtake him. What did I tell you guys? We were going to overtake Vettel soon. It didn't even take to the end of the lap to catch her back up to... Oh, we've run off wide. And there goes Vettel again. Well, we're going to have to overtake him yet again, guys. And it looks like we're going to do it straight away. Let's have a look. Tyres are overheating. That's not good. But we've got back past Vettel again. So we're back into P1. So hopefully now we're actually going to be able to win. Oh, the curb... Oh... Okay then, attempt number 3 of overtaking Vettel is coming up, because we hit the curb a bit over braking, which unstabled the car. We have to run off wide to avoid Vettel. Come on, this is just taking forever just to get past Vettel. How hard can it be? Again, Vettel, you're going so slow into these corners. Literally, I don't think you can go much slower without me actually ploughing into the back of you. My brakes are at a good operating temperature. I mean, that's just what I want to know when I'm trying to overtake Vettel. Come on, there's only 1 lap left after this. We're coming down to turn 14, catching up to Vettel. We've got DRS, so we should be able to just dive up the inside like that. That's just standard, that. Just a standard DRS overtake. And that's P1, and hopefully we're just going to be able to hold on to this position until the end of the lap. Whoa, we ran off wide there. We ran off wide like mad through that corner. Being honest, guys, I think I'm just going to let this final lap play its way through. You can see a normal race lap through China. I'm not going to even speak over it. I'm just going to let you guys watch the rest of this lap and see what happens. Hopefully we'll be able to win this race. So enjoy the lap, and I'll see you at the end of the race. Oh, not now. The fuel lights starting to flash at me. If I run out of fuel now, I'm literally going to rage my arse off. I'm not losing this race now because I've run out of fuel. I mean, Jeff should have told me I was running low on fuel if I actually am about to run out. But I don't think we are going to run out of fuel, guys. We now approach turn 16, the final corner. We're leading the race through the final corner, run off ever so slightly wide, but there's the checkered flag. And we have won our first race of the season.
We have done everything we wanted today.
That's today's racing over, and it's Felipe Massa who wins the Grand Prix, and more importantly, now leads the Drivers' World Championship.
He's going to be ecstatic about that result and leading the championship. Can he now go one further than in 2008 and this time win the championship?
After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
So there you go, guys. That is P1 for the Chinese Grand Prix. 25 points in the bag for our team, and that's our first race win of hopefully many this season. It's a crucial win as well when you look at it, because Lewis Hamilton only finished in P6 and Rosberg down in P8, so that really closes the gap for us. One retirement, which is Daniel Ricciardo, which you'll see in the highlights, which I'm going to play now. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and I will see you for round 4, which is the Bahrain Grand Prix. What a win!
I've got a question, if you'd hear me out. In your defense, you never had a chance. And so tell me straight, I won't go. This is our time now, I'm sure. Make no mistake, that we are closer than we're far. Embrace for impact, and fight your fears far. Embrace for impact, I'm the future's engineer. And baby, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And baby, I'm here, I'm here. I've got a question, if you'd hear me out. In your defense, you never had a chance. And so tell me straight, I won't go. This is our time now, I'm sure. Make no mistake, that we are closer than we're far. The morning light shines a lifeline. Escape is what I need. I should have listened last night, God. This is beyond belief, that we keep falling for the lure of liquid confidence and light. And we skydive from walls we built, dying just to feel alive. On the way down screaming, whoa. If all we have is time, then we'll be alright. I'm on fire. There's a burning in my bones and in my eyes. These dreams are taking hold, it just needs time and time. If all we have is time, then we'll be alright. It's not much